Good evening, all of you. Right now, I am in a mood to talk about how excessive thinking leads to suffering to many human beings. It has been uh, attributed that the more you think, the more you analyze, the more you go down into the causes and effects of things, the more concerned you become and uh, much more stressed you feel. Particularly when your thinking brings in the pictures and the experiences of widespread trouble, challenges to human beings, particularly to those who are law abiding, quiet, reasonably uh, non-violent, and uh, uh, and the ones who are patient also, they suffer also, but they also feel like getting spared of the excessive suffering and all. John Keats, one of the great poets of England, the youngest of the Romantic poets, and perhaps the youngest to die also in terms of age, in one of his odes, and his odes are so very famous worldwide, Ode to a Nightingale, he talks about human conditions, that how human life is so much burdened with suffering. Human life has to take up so many challenges. Your health conditions get off you, get deteriorated, get worse when you want your health conditions to be favorable so that you can go out and meet your friends or meet nature aspects or be one with nature and feel better, feel satisfaction from this life, but that doesn't happen. He was particularly obsessed with the questions as to why even young people are not spared by diseases. His mother died of tuberculosis, his brothers died of tuberculosis, and finally he himself contracted tuberculosis and he died a very young man at the age of 26. And his beloved Fanny Brown, as it is mentioned in literary works, she was so much eager to get into the life of John Keats, and John Keats himself was so much responsive to that wish of Fanny Brown, his beloved, and they wanted to live nice life, but that was not to happen. His life was terminated, and that was the end. I see around me that those people who don't think, those who are brutish, animalic, those who don't have sentiments, emotions, they are not sensitive. They do things and they just move on. They harm others and they don't even think that they have harmed others. They pollute everywhere by spitting, by doing things that they should not be doing, and there's no impact of those bad doings on them. They are carefree, they don't care a fig about their wrongdoings and they live life. And such people are in majority. They get friendship everywhere. They have comrades or they have like-minded people. And if you are sensitive to the good manners that people should behave well, they should not pollute places, they should not harm nature, they should not hurt animals and birds, they should not damage plants and trees and all. And you think about that somebody has done some wrong to a tree and that person, the wrongdoer, is gone. Even if you wanted to draw his attention to what he has already done and how he has hurt a plant or how he has deceived, suppose, a cluster of leaves, no impact on him. He just ridicules you or he just takes you on his right and he gets gone. And you keep on thinking as to what sort of world this is. what sort of society this is, where things don't happen the way you want. Things don't happen the way you wish them to happen. People don't respond the way you want them to respond, or you want to live a straight life, a good life. A good life means a life that is undisturbed, a life that is not bad, not that much polluted. Everybody has limitations, everybody has weaknesses, but those who are good, or those who are supposed to be good, are the ones who try to live within limitations, and they also try to minimize their weak points, and they even try to improve upon their past. They learn lessons from their mistakes, and you rectify the wrong done, you regret, you apologize, and even then you are not satisfied, because there is no visible impact of the good things, the good habits that you observe, and you don't have friends. You don't find even a couple of people who could be like you, who could be talking nicely with you, and who could arouse interest in you, that they are the people you should meet, you should go out with, and you should discuss things for improvement. You should talk about good people. You should have some sort of impetus, some sort of encouragement from like-minded people. You don't get these days. You see everywhere you have crimes and criminals. They thrive, and money is everything. Money can buy everything. Money can give you prestige. You just rob people, have money in your pocket, and give some money to the poor beggars. They will bless you. Part of the looted or robbed of money that you have had in your possession, you give to a priest and he will bless you. You give to anyone. You take your acquaintances to restaurants and hotels. You treat them. You pay for whatever they want to have there, and you are blessed. You are praised. You are flattered, and you get a right kind of mood. You think it's all right. It's good, and you have a little money. You don't want to steal other people's money. You want to use it. You don't want to misuse it. You can't take anyone to a restaurant, to an eatery. You cannot buy a gift to anybody, and you are taken as a miser, or you just remain modest at your fate that you don't have money. You want to give, but you don't have. How can you have money? You can either steal, or you can have a very nice employment which you want to have. You want to work sincerely. You want to work many hours, but you don't get. Those who don't work, they get because they shout, they can kill, they can frighten. So a bad person gets employment because he's a threat to the employer. If the employer doesn't pay attention to his demand of giving him employment, and you are a lean, thin person, you are a weak person physically, and mentally you are not outrageous, you are not rebellious, you cannot fight, you cannot make noise, and you are left stranded. You see in the job market that those who pay bribes, they get the jobs and you don't get. Your handwriting is good, your comprehension of the things that happen in the world, all right. You are well behaved, your parents have been good, they are educated, they have given you good education, but you are mild and soft and gentle, not aggressive, not managing people, and not in a position to manage people, and you are out, you are beyond the periphery even, and you suffer. You think about everything that is happening around you, that how politicians, in the name of politics, they don't do any good politics, real politics. They only do conspiracies, they only do bad things, they go the wrong ways, and the wrongdoers are so many with them, and all of them commit crimes, and then they partake or they share the profits of the crimes. They are all happy. And the ones who want to solve society in a nice way, that changes should come, and changes should come by the changes in thoughts and actions, and good people should be rewarded, labor should be recognized and prestiged. Those who are bad, violent, and all that, they should be kept at bay, but nothing happens. And you think about this also, and you become so very sad. So, so many things around you keep on happening, and you try to not think much, but you just get helpless. You are a compulsive thinker, means you worry a lot about what is happening. You see how some good people, they are cornered, and you can't do anything with them. You are good yourself and you can't improve your lot, because money is important. You should have resources to survive. You should have money to buy good books. You should have money to buy good dresses, so that you feel that, well, I have good dresses on. You should have a neat and clean place to live in. But you can't pay the rents. You can't buy. There's no question of buying when you can't pay rents and all. You can't buy fresh vegetables, rotten vegetables, stale vegetables. You buy because you don't have money in your pocket. And those who have robbed others, or those who have earned dishonestly, going through rackets and all that, they have. And you think about that. You also think about, where is the justice of God? Where is God? Because people refer to him as an invisible power, but all powerful power. And he is supposed to be seeing everything. If he sees everything, then why doesn't he put a check on bad things happening? If he's all powerful, why doesn't he check the powerful criminals who have physical power, money power, uh, organizational power, and they suppress and they butcher the good ones? And this most powerful being of the universe doesn't intervene. He doesn't take sides of the meek and the gentle. He doesn't seem to be coming to the rescue. Once I had written a poem about a heifer, and because of cataclysmic floods and all, everybody is trying to save life, and the heifer is also looking for some help, looking up the sky, looking down the water, looking sideways, looking back, looking front, but nothing happens. The water level goes on rising, and the heifer, maybe 2 years old, 3 years old, wants to live, wants to have outings on the, you can say, grassland, and eat the grass, feel the air, feel the wind, look at other heifers, have communication with them. She wants to live on to share the experiences, but life is about to be cut short, and the water level rising, and the heifer sinks into that flood, and helplessly it loses its life. And no, suppose, cries, no mooings, no calls for help get responded. And you have seen the sight, and you feel so very sad. You don't eat your lunch, even if the lunch is ready for you that day. You don't have the mood to eat. You work so hard, you write an article, and your article is not published. You write a book, and the book has good issues discussed, and you have honestly presented the issues and honestly analyzed the situations, and you have a wish to have this book published, so that people in power, even if only 5 to 10% people in power are good, and you would like them to see the book, to go through the book, You would like them to understand the feelings of this writer. You would like these people to understand the thoughts and suggestions that you have offered so that changes are effected, corrections are made, grievances are redressed, things are put back into order, and the author is given some sort of hope to move on in his life and to write better books, or to feel satisfaction that his labor has been rewarded, his good proposals, ideas have been appreciated, and before he feels encouraged, nothing comes his way. His book is not recognized. His book is not published. There's no taker. There's nobody to read. Everybody says he's a man of negatives. He only has suggestions. He doesn't know how to produce money. He doesn't know how to earn money. He doesn't know how to contribute to the parties. He should be doing whatever he should he should be doing, or he should it is doable or not doable. At any cost, he should be what you call contributing to the party's fund. He should be a rascal like a majority of the people, and only suppose talking in terms of principles, talking in terms of ideas and goodness. That is rubbish. This is an age of postmodernism. Whatever is materially important, whoever is capable of producing matters or earning money, it is these people who are practical, pragmatic. It is these people who are needed. It is these people who you should employ if you want to do good business, you want to improve in business, you want to be famous, and you want to be rich. So money matters have come to the fore. And it is said that if you are honest and if you are morally, ethically rich, you can't go the wrong way. You would like to live a simple life, but you won't like your your actions in the bad ways. You would like to continue doing good actions. You would like to live with restraint, but you don't like to commit crimes or go against the good people, report against the good people, or you can't join the gangs. You cannot do anything wrong. Anything is what is wrong, what is right, what is absolutely right, what is absolutely wrong, very difficult to decide. But then your experience tells you that stealing money is a bad thing, wrongdoing, so you don't do that. Backbiting is not a good thing, you don't do that. Polluting environment is not good, you don't do that. Uh, 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 Thinking of harming others is not good, you don't do that. But you fail to control your thinking as to how things are going out of control. The worst people have the center stage. They become the chief guests. They are honored. They have people around them. They have supporters. And the best people who wish to have ordered society and made it recognized, and bad people punished, first warned and then punished, so that good people's number goes on, and nothing like that happens. Even in matters of health, you see a good person, he gets often diseased. He is physically uh, raked, and he can't do anything. And people who eat all kinds of food, veg, non-veg, beef, mutton, this and that, and they are very hefty and very strong. Their bodies have resistance also. They don't get diseased. The more bad they do, the better health-wise they become. And you think about that also. Means you see that how if you are sinful, if you are bad, if you can keep good at bay, if you can torture good people, and then you gain strength. And that is what you see. So thinking a lot is a problem, but how to avoid thinking? it's a problem. I myself, someone who thinks a lot about these merits and demerits, the morals and immorals, the good and the bad, and most of the time I don't feel all right. Sometimes I sing a song that in the heaven, and the God is all right in the heaven because things are all right on the earth, or whatever creations He has made, wherever creatures are, they are all right. They are living in love, they are living in good actions, they are living in hope, and everything is all right. But I sometimes think as to how this heavenly God, or the God who controls everything, who is the cause of everything, how does He manage to be all right when things are not all right with the good ones on the earth? The criminals, the robbers, the murderers, the immorals, and they have all the drive and dynamism. They have all things at their disposal. They have the energy of the winds, and the good people, as if they are almost dead. They don't have any movement in their body, no strength. They feel dissipated. They live in frustration because they think about goodness. They think twice before they can do anything wrong. Even if the wrong idea comes, they nip the wrong ideas in the bud right in the beginning. So much of suffering, so much of thinking, so much of suffering. They say that animals don't think, uneducated don't think. If you get educated, if you have read good books, if you have identified yourself with good characters, if you have loved good writers, if you have positive feelings about the positives and you try to live according to them, you are always in trouble. And you think about that the more you try to be better, the more pushed back you get. The more negatives come to choke your life. So, if this is the reality, if this is the fate of good human beings, then what can one do? One has to surrender. One has to shrink and shrink and shrink and get into oblivion and lose life before life is to be lost. God, if you are, listen to me and please do something so that relatively good, they get encouraged, they become better, and bad who are unwilling to be on the correct side, on the right side, please see to it that they are not seen as if they are winning the race. Those who should win the race, they are always losers, and those who should be losing because they are bad, they are always winning. And this situation is extremely painful for a person who thinks positively and who wants to live positively and who wants the world to be on the fragrant side. Okay, all right. I have poured out my feelings, and God bless us all. Bye bye.